Ready. Begin.
Welcome to the G-Cast.
Welcome
to the only podcast, the only podcast on the internet where we have no idea what we're doing. Today is the first official non-pilot episode of the G-Cast with special guest star Kuro the Discord, KuroTheArtist.
That is happy to be here.
Oh man, this is already horrible.
Yep, it's because I'm part of it. Okay, so Kuro, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Robert Orpilla. I'm more commonly known as KuroTheArtist online. I do a lot of comic book illustrations, some graphic design illustrations, and recently animation.
Okay, that's KuroTheArtist. Along with our more frequently guesters, James, Runbert, and Scoob. Please introduce yourselves.
Okay, I'll start. Hello, I'm Runbert, more commonly known as Runny.
Beautiful. Okay. Now,
was I supposed to say more?
now on to the news.
You forgot about James.
Who said I did?
Awful.
What? Oh, shit. He didn't forget me. Of course he didn't. Excuse me, but I'm sorry, I fucked up my voice already. I am Asmuth, creator of the Omnitrix. No, I'm not doing that shit again. I'm just Garcia. Good to see you people. I'm probably your dad. No.
Okay, Scooby, now it's your turn.
Right. Should I ask Kuro the questions that...
Now you introduce yourself.
Oh my god.
I'm, Scooby-Doo. Well, no, I'm not. Fuck. Well, I'm Egypt Art from DeviantArt. Follow me on Instagram, which is BeefCoon249. Yes, it's an iCarly reference. And yes.
Okay, that is good to know.
Oh, okay.
So now let's get right on to the news.
What's the news?
So according to Scooby, Gumball's getting a movie apparently, which I am happy and both sad for.
No, it's not confirmed by Cartoon Network, but the creator is asking fans if they want a movie.
So
I think it could warrant a movie. I haven't had cable for a while actually, but I've seen quite a few episodes of Gumball, and it does seem like a show that could really benefit from having a movie. There's a lot of like rich entertainment there. It's not just jokes and everything. There's like some thought to it.
yeah,
I love that show, honestly.
yeah, it's
Even though I'm out of the demographic, I mean, it's still a fun show to watch.
it's like stupid humor done right. Like
Yeah. Really creative.
It's like SpongeBob in a way where it has a demographic, but it's not afraid to like do things that would appeal to like all ages rather than feel so enclosed into its target audience, like Teen Titans Go, for example. I know everybody rags on that, but I mean, it knows what it's for, so it targets towards them. Whereas Gumball targets towards them and also makes it enjoyable for anybody to watch.
okay.
Yeah.
So we have your permission to say Kuro the Artist opinions on Teen Titans Go.
Yeah, sure.
Clickbait. Okay, so I feel like this movie could be well depending on what they focus on. If it's some really stupid thing, it will be good. If it's some serious story, I don't think it will do that well.
I don't think they're gonna do it on a serious story though, honestly.
I
Like
thi-
they'll have
It
it
is.
pseudo-serious like they usually do.
Like,
You know, they do
yeah.
like pseudo-serious stuff, but it doesn't actually go full
What they
on
plan on
serious
having
usually.
is a real plot.
I think if it does,
They should make it sort of like a
That's funny. No.
like a life feel. I don't know how to explain it. Like one of those, like a grounded type of movie where it's like, I don't want it to be like an action movie where it's like Gumball saves the world or something. It should just be like whatever school year he's at, it's like the end is coming in summer or something. It's pretty cliche, but I feel like they need a guideline for
So,
some
like-
sort.
so like Sorry the
Yeah.
Wimpy Kid the movie.
So like
Wait.
yeah, something like that.
Like Chicken Little?
Plus Gumball is good at taking cliches and like just twisting them around and making them their own.
Yeah, like that Lord of the Ring episodes with the hat.
I love that episode. Yeah.
It's either you have what
So,
Kuro said or the hat. Yeah, Scoob.
Kuro,
What's
what
up?
is your opinion on Dan Schneider being fired from Nickelodeon?
Oh man, I have mixed feelings about that because the content he has created, aside from the past 2 or 3 shows, I think, I've heavily enjoyed.
12.
And it's kind of interesting to know that like it almost taints his legacy, like knowing like if I go back and watch Drake and Josh or iCarly, just knowing where it came from, it makes it a little bit more challenging to enjoy. And I kind of wish it wasn't true just for my sake, but I mean, I think it's horrible, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
can't-
one allegation says that he could be Jamie Lynn Spears' baby daddy.
Oh yeah, I
And,
saw that.
But there's this user on Twitter explaining about Dan Schneider like forcing her to take pictures of her feet for him, and she was explaining that she was like raped by Dan Schneider. This is from today. This user, everyone is currently thinking it's Amanda Bynes on a different account, and she said this started when she was 13 years old. And it goes back from like the start of when he started television, but we don't know who this person is, except it could be Amanda Bynes.
Oh my god.
Alright, time to change the name of the
That's
Gcast.
awful.
We can't be connected to Dan Snyder. At all.
Oh my god.
Dan, she's a fighter Snyder.
Shit.
Yes. Oh, yeah, Brendan Urie recently sang the DuckTales theme song.
Oh yeah,
I
that
saw
happened.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on Fallon. Isn't there like this whole thing where like Jimmy Fallon is like obsessed with Brendan Urie?
Yes.
Yeah. It's kind of I don't really know why he did that, to be honest. I mean, obviously it's trendy, but I mean, like, what motivation? Like, who thought of this?
I think Brendan Urie said he was like a fan of Disney songs and that he loves singing them. It's just that he doesn't really get the chance to.
Ah, that makes sense. So good for you, Brendan Urie, then.
Yeah. Kind of like how Dan Schneider really loved feet, but he doesn't get the chance to see them, so he puts them in his shows for no reason.
Oh my god.
Should I ask these questions now? Oh, sorry, James, go along.
Yeah, James.
What was I going?
Where did you come from? Where did you go, James?
Tell us.
Okay. Kuro, why
What's up?
does
Oh.
Miranda Cosgrove make those weird faces?
That's when her programming is glitching out, because she is in fact a failed android clone of Michael Jackson.
I knew it.
It was
My theory's all wrong.
And what
Top
you
10 questions scientists still can't answer.
Now, you explained that you won't answer who will appear questions, but this is not a who will appear. This is a recreation scene. Would you recreate the scene from Drake and Josh where they get stuck in the treehouse and 5 years later?
Oh my god!
like you just cut away from the whole story, and it's just that.
Think of like a funny enough scenario.
That's
I'm
that's
all
the
for that. I'm trying to integrate more humor into 5 years later too, because in the end, like there was a lot of comedy in Ben 10 and Danny Phantom, and if I get too serious with it, it almost makes it seem lifeless. So in fact, one of the very first scenes in chapter 6, it's a very serious scene, but something is presented in it that just completely takes you out of it. And I hope it like at least renders people a chuckle. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm scared of too. Like when I'm writing, like I'm scared that I'm making things too serious and not actually getting more to the humor side of things. That's what I get
Yeah.
paranoid about sometimes too.
Okay, so
stay true to the characters.
Kuro, this
Yeah.
isn't a who will appear question. It's more of when will they appear. When will we see Benrek? What issue?
Benrek?
Yeah, Benrek.
God.
Every time with this shit.
Issue
If it just
issue
doesn't
1,
happen on
because he's been there with you all along.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
Benrick is Eon.
oh fuck!
He wants to recreate the universe as his swamp.
And he wants you to get out of it.
So,
Should I? Oh, sorry.
What?
no, that was just
I was
so.
gonna-
I was hoping someone was gonna talk.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask the people in the Discord if they have any questions for you.
Wow, we're that dead already.
Okay.
Oh, when don't they?
Not even 10 minutes ready. Not even 10 minutes in, we're already dead. Beautiful. So, to pass the time, Sakura, what's your opinion on the Ben 10 reboot?
It's actually turning around. I'm still not interested in it enough to want to watch it consistently, but from what I've been seeing, they're really like I don't know if they're trying to change or like if this is what they wanted to do and just couldn't figure it out at first, but it's definitely improving with every progression. Like I think season 3 is really going to go somewhere that it's going to separate it from the opinions people might normally have of it.
No, I think they wised up about that thing because they know that there's a thing with people, like if you start out on a high point, then they expect it to keep going up. That's just everybody's mentality with things, and if you're going to live up to that kind of thing, you might as well start from the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, so my opinion with it is the fact that, like, I heard season 2 is good, so I'm waiting for it to end, and, like, then I'll pick up from there. But then I hear the news about season 3 and Ben turning into a car.
Wait,
real.
what?
Okay.
Okay, am I about to have to take back what I just said?
You know how in Generator X they had the nanites?
Yeah.
They're putting that into Ben 10.
Nanites?
Well, kinda.
Well-
Something like nanites will help the aliens, like, basically
Could it
create a
possibly-
car for them.
Why can't he just turn into a new alien?
Well, he
Could
will
it
have a new
possibly
alien
be-
too.
Could it possibly be a galvanic mechamorph, which
Oh,
already...
wow. Are you sure these aren't just toys? Cause, like...
These are toys, but they will
my
be
God.
in season 3. And an alien is returning, a fan favorite too, which will replace forearms.
Replace forearms? Or it's probably Raph.
Yep.
It's Raph.
Probably Raph.
Only one that could replace forearms is Raph.
So for the car thing,
Yeah.
I'm cool with it. Well, I'm not cool with it unless they add in jury rig and have something interesting with that. But
I'm
they're
not
not.
cool with it at all. This is such a weird idea.
I know.
That's how kids show should be. They're gonna go off the rails from there, and then suddenly dark adult humor is going to enter the ship, and we're not even like a bunch of kids are gonna miss it
Wait,
and
what
then
is?
talk about it when they're 20.
Somebody said something a while back where it's like, I turned myself into a pickle, Ben. I'm Pickle Max.
All right,
Oh,
we're
God.
getting. All right, we're getting some questions for Ink Tank right now. Gotham's Gamer says, "Why do you fantasize over me?"
I
What?
mean, doesn't anybody?
I don't know.
I feel like that's like, why do you breathe? Why do you eat? You gotta fantasize about Gotham.
All right, Chibi asks, "Why didn't you give the worst a Nitrix?"
It wouldn't fit. He has very stubby legs.
Wait, what about eye tricks? Like,
It would be weird.
All right, Elf Boy says, "Will you ever consider fan Easter eggs?"
What does that mean?
It means like I guess he means like fan suggested Easter eggs that you could
Oh,
put into the story over time.
Ben,
that's I want to say yes, but I feel like if I do it once, everybody's gonna want me to do it, and then
Oh, okay.
it's the same reason why I don't take fan aliens, because if I do one person's, then everybody's gonna want their thing in it, and I can't please everybody, and then people are gonna think I'm playing favorites, and it's like, so I would probably say no for now.
So what's your opinion on the guy that gave you $40?
I think that's fantastic. I did not see that coming at all. He
Yeah,
actually just
Logan.
messaged me afterwards. He got his tax
Crazy.
return and was feeling generous. So
That's
I'm
cool
probably
of
gonna
him.
draw him
Yeah.
something. In fact, I actually think I forgot to reply to him right now.
Oh wow, Kuro.
Yeah, I can't
All right, now
something.
Starpool
So always doing something, huh?
Starpool and Biff are asking, "Are we invited to the wedding? And where is the wedding?"
They're invited if they can get here. I don't even know if they're in America.
I think they're both in America.
We haven't
wait,
picked
I
a
thought
location. We did pick a location, and then our caterer canceled, and it was too far away, so we're trying to find somewhere else. So as of right now, it's in a hiatus,
Oof.
so to speak.
All right.
Like the
All right,
Garfield
then.
show.
Yeah.
EB
Wow.
Omnitrix, aka
Or like-
Agent Ethan,
Ooh.
asks, "Which Omnitrix / Ultimatrix is the best looking for what you think is the best one out of the entire franchise.
Best one, I would probably say the classic Omnitrix, just because there's nothing I dislike about it. I hate being one of those people that say the classic is always the best, but I mean, there's a lot of strong points about it. I would say if the Ultimatrix wasn't green, then I would choose that. I just feel like just because of the fact it's green, it looks like a toy. So, I mean, that's probably what they were going for, but I wish that wasn't what they were going for.
Okay, I have a spin off of this question. What is your favorite Ben 10 toy?
Toy?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I gotta think back. I've had a lot.
Because honestly, I love that little digital Omnitrix they had back in the day.
Oh, I had that. I totally broke that.
Yeah, I lost it. It's like...
I would just have to say the figures. It was really cool to like go into Walmart. Every time I'd go there, I'd get myself a figure. They were like $5 at the time. There was a young Kevin toy where you could flip on small heat blast parts. Oh, yo! Alright, you know what my favorite is? I remember. Okay, so there was a Kevin 11 toy where you can take off his arms and his wings and everything and mix and match him. And I just really enjoyed using that. And like there was a button where you press it and you can see his heartbeat through his chest. It wasn't in the show, but for some reason they put it on the toy and it was just sick. Let me see if I can pull up an image.
Yeah.
Did you ever have the RC? The RV?
The art? No, I did not.
Oh wow, there's a lot of questions here.
The way I got my Ben 10 toys was by trading other toys for Ben 10 toys. Like, I had the black market going on.
Me.
And I got a picture of that young Kevin figure. I had to. I don't know. The Kevin toys were cool. I guess my favorite toys were Kevin. I didn't realize it till now.
Lord.
He's been with you all your life. You just never noticed.
Just like Benrick.
Ooh,
Yes.
all right. Yeah, there's a lot of questions here.
Oh boy.
Oh no. Wait. I want to ask you Gotham's.
Valahi asks, are you planning a sequel for 5 years later?
No, 5 years later, at least from the power I have of being a fan, will be the definitive end to Ben 10 and Danny Phantom. It's not meant to just be another iteration, or else why do it at all? This is meant to like finalize both series.
So they're gonna
and he
die.
also asked,
Okay.
or any other Ben 10 comics.
No. I'm probably never gonna do something like this again, because hopefully by then I will have either made it into the industry. Not trying to sound egotistical, that's just my end game, and I really hope I make it. Or I would move on to something else. But I think after 5 years later, unless it's professionally, there's no way I'm gonna put myself through something like this again.
Yeah,
What about
I
Dead?
understand. I mean, you're already pretty close too.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Like,
Dead's gonna continue
there,
through
yeah.
a video game.
Oh.
Oh,
Become Dead Fantasy 7.
God.
all right,
Yes.
Kaka asked, what color is your toothbrush?
His name's Kakabo.
Kaka.
I call him Kaka.
Cactus.
The cactus man.
No.
My toothbrush is blue.
Okay.
The precious blue.
Yes.
Okay. Elf Boy asked, when is the podcast with the ink tank coming out?
Right now.
We're recording it Thursday, and it depends when I edit it. I'm hoping to edit it Friday morning and get it done Friday afternoon, but you know how things go when I try to plan stuff, so who knows?
Yeah.
Wait, Kuro, how do you know that this isn't the podcast? The Inkcast, whatever it's called.
Right? Come on.
That's true. That's very true.
All right. Good
Gotham
old.
asks.
Oh, okay. Are you gonna go or am I gonna go?
Yes,
Because I'm trying to get
do you pick
everybody.
your nose often?
Probably without realizing it. I'm not gonna lie. Pretend I'm perfect. I bet everybody does.
Oh, looks like she's ready.
All right.
Oh?
Chibi Wayne asks, if you could eat one alien species from Ben 10, what would it be?
Oh man, it's got to be something with a lot of like meat on it, so I get something good.
Ooh.
Okay, so
I
Kuro,
would probably eat waka trout, because I like seafood. I would
hyper
fry him up.
realistic Patrick asked, will Sheen Estevez appear, or however you pronounce it?
Oh no.
Will Sheen appear in 5 years later?
I don't answer those questions.
Fine,
Uh,
but okay.
Hey guys,
Yes.
I'm gonna get going now. Tell
All right.
somebody else to replace me.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, James.
I love
Adios,
all of you, and
James.
I'm not your real father. No.
Bet.
Glad you're not my father.
Oh wow, Kuro.
All right. Let's see. Just another question. Oh, Elf Boy again asks, what will Captain Underpants' transformation name be?
Ultra Ben.
Yes.
Alright, Steve asks, am I a pretty girl?
Yes.
Can we get questions that go
I
off into
just
the
bought a DVD today, and my computer doesn't have a DVD player.
Oh.
Wait,
Oh man.
Do you have a PlayStation?
Rip.
No, but I do have an Xbox 360. Fuck yeah. Alright, I figured it out. Never mind.
okay, so Kuro.
Oh.
So what alien do you think is most powerful other than Alien X, Atomics, and Way Big?
Clockwork.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like he shouldn't count either, though. Like, he should have been one
Okay.
of the obvious ones. Like, I feel like it should be Atomics, Alien X, and Clockwork as, like, the top tier. I don't think Way Big belongs up there.
Oh, wow. Like, I can see that, though, because Way Big's only really good in strength. Any other place, he's kind of weakened.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, excluding Alien X, Atomics, and Clockwork, who do you think is the most powerful?
Way Big. Alright, and aside from Way Big 2, I would probably have to say... Damn, let me look at a list of all the aliens. Ball Weevil.
Ball Weevil?
No.
Oh, really?
No.
Hmm.
Brainstorm could.
But, like, anything
What?
Brainstorm can do, Gray Matter can do.
Gray matter can't fly and create electrical storms.
Wait, Brainstorm can do that?
Yeah.
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 Oh, wow.
Heat Blast can go supernova. Diamond Head's pretty durable. Fuck forearms.
Don't do that to Forearms.
Just
He has
looking at
two
a list
dicks.
right now. I'm gonna say either Heat Blast or Diamond Head.
What about
Because
Gutrot?
Whoa, actually. He has to be able to survive. He can do a lot of powerful things, but he has to have the opportunity to.
Hear that? Hear that, Gutrot? He hates you. Get out.
Yeah. All he has to do is
Benton
turn into
career.
Gutrot and like turn all the air to poison. But I mean, I think he has to think about it first. And like those 2 seconds he's thinking about it, he's probably gonna get knocked back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's also got to develop the gases too.
Yep.
Okay.
So if he had a couple of seconds of leeway, I'd say Gutrot.
Yeah. Well, everybody, that's our introduction to our James replacements, Gutrot.
Hey.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi. What's up, man?
I don't know what you guys are talking about, but
Neither do we.
aliens.
We were just answering some questions.
Oh.
Okay, so how does it feel to work with Butch Hartman?
Different than you would expect, because it's not really.
Personal?
Yeah, it's more of just like he sends me an email with a packet of information. I send him updates if I have questions. I can ask him. It's a very professional relationship, honestly. I've only really talked to him personally probably about 3 times, and even then it's strictly through email. So there's always a gap in conversation. It's never constant. But the work is awesome. The opportunity is awesome. The pay is awesome, but I don't like talking about that because that's not why I do it. It's an overall good experience. I wish it was what people thought it was.
Okay.
Do you learn more about animation doing it?
I do through experience. I have to
Yeah.
look up a lot of things. In fact, there's something called like the 20 or 22 principles of animation I've been studying,
12.
which is basically just like squash and stretch. There's only 12.
Yes.
Well, you see how much I paid attention to that.
Kuro's so experienced, he made up another 10.
Yeah.
All right, we still got more questions for Kuro on his server. All right, Elf Boy asks again, what's your favorite bench and art style?
Classic.
Wait, I just
Classic.
realized.
What's up?
We never talked about 5 years later and did the ad.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh no, we just like to talk about 5 years later and introduce people to it.
Oh, well,
no.
yeah. 5 years later is a crossover continuation of Ben 10 and Danny Phantom that would like to join the franchises together because I thought it'd be cool and didn't realize it would consume my life.
You know
and
what? Oh, no,
Huh?
continue.
No,
Sorry.
that's it. I'm just complaining now.
Okay.
I have a question.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, you just need to have a recording with you at all times.
Yeah, just a button that says it.
Yeah, just play it.
So read 5 years later, everyone.
Yeah, please. For the love of God.
Alright. Now, Agent Warner's first question. Agent Warner asks, worst human character in Ben 10?
Max.
Clyde 5.
It's so true, though. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Non-human Mob Riedel.
True.
I hate Mob Friedel with the burning passion. She's horrible.
Mob
Yeah.
Riedel is probably the only character I wouldn't want to fix, and I would just want to completely remove.
Uh-huh. Though,
Yeah,
Kuro,
I used to
Nothing
like
of
it.
value was lost.
what would be your favorite 90s Nicktoon, beside Invader Zim?
Raiders in 2001.
Let me check out a list of 90s Nicktoons.
It ended 2001.
I didn't
90s
really
Nicktoons,
like them. Like Cat Dog, Wild Thornberries, Rocket Power, Ah Real Monsters, Rugrats. I didn't watch any of these, to be completely honest. The only one on this list is SpongeBob, but that's kind of a cop-out answer. So if I
Yeah.
had to choose, I would say Rocket Power, just because... I don't know.
Oh,
I can't really get
I
into
mean,
them
there's,
because they're too
Rocko's Modern
serialized.
Life and all.
I
Well-
didn't watch it.
With my problem with the 90s Nicktoons is that they're so like overhyped and too serialized for my taste. It's like I don't want to
It's
sit
just
down.
not something I connect with.
Yeah.
Like, it seemed like the typical art style is like everyone's drawing while they're on a bus or something. Like these lines are way too wiggly, and like in contrast, 2010's cartoons, everything is so round.
Or
I don't know.
angular. Yeah.
People need to stick to like a. I don't know. 2000s was a goldmine of cartoons. We had Kim Possible. We had Danny Phantom. We had
What's that one with the tin aliens called?
Code Lyoko. Yeah, that alien thing. That's kind of cool, I
Yeah.
guess. Powerpuff Girls, if
That
that
was
counts.
crap, though.
Last Airbender. 2000s cartoons is where it's at.
Kid Next Door.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kids Next Door, of
Good
course.
storyline and all.
Foster's Home.
But Scoob, that was an amazing segue. We forgot to mention this, but isn't THQ was remaking a bunch of Nicktoons games?
Oh yeah. So back in 2013, THQ, who made Fairly Odd Parents, SpongeBob, Battle for Bikini Bottom, like all these games for GameCube and PS2 and Xbox, they got bankrupt and lost the licensing. And the person who made those games, like Battle for Bikini Bottom, they wanted to remake the game in HD, but they couldn't because Nickelodeon wouldn't give them license. And the only way they could get the license is if THQ had it. But actually, THQ just got the licenses back with a new company called THQ Nordic. And they listed off games, like titles, and it's Danny Phantom, Cat Scratch, My Life as Teenage Robot, SpongeBob, Cat Dog, all those shows. Even Tack and the Power of Juju. And Cat Scratch and My Life as a Teenage Robot has never appeared in a video game. So they could either be making new Nickelodeon games.
My Life as a Teenage Robot appeared in a PC game called Nicktoons Basketball that I played. I got you there, man. Don't question me.
That wasn't THQ.
One of my favorite things about that whole entire article was off to the side they had hashtag Go Ghost Again.
Yeah, maybe it's a sign.
Yeah, maybe. But like that was the first thing I saw. I'm like, oh, Danny Phantom's back. Then I see a list of video games. Like, oh, it's still gone forever.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully. Let's see what we have pinned.
How do you feel about The Incredibles 2 coming out?
I'm kind of skeptical on that. I don't think it'll be good because Finding Dory I thought was going to be good, but then it was Finding Dory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm kind of nervous about it. Like, I was all for it until I heard it's going to take place right after the first movie. I don't know, something about that just kind of scares me that they're trying to do the same thing again. And they might
It
not.
will have a summer vacation scene, focusing on summer vacation. All
Is it gonna be superheroes vacationing, doing quirky things with their powers? I've never seen
I
that
guess,
before.
but they added a new character to the movie that wasn't in the character listing, but looks to be an old guy with an incredible suit on, throwing flame out his mouth. So that could be a grandpa character who has powers. And they're
What
probably
if
gonna
it's
do
Jack
that because
Jack from the
he does.
future?
Yeah. I was just about to say that.
Honestly, just from the trailer, it looks like it's gonna be about Mrs. Incredible going out and doing superhero things, and then Bob has to stay home with the kids and be the
I'm fine with
babysitter.
that. I think that could be pretty entertaining.
Yeah. Too bad
Yeah.
she has to go by
It looks
Mrs.
it looks really
Incredible
good so
now.
far.
Like, because DC has the rights, and so now it makes Pixar look sexist by calling her Mrs. Incredible.
What?
So,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
she's going back to Elastigirl.
yeah, they can't use that though, I don't think. Or,
Agent Warner asks, what animators have you ever dreamed of working with?
Animators.
Walt Disney.
I haven't really dreamed about working with any animators, to be honest. I usually think about writers and voice actors. And my number one pick would have been Dwayne McDuffie. Unfortunately, he passed. I really want to work with Yuri Lowenthal on something. I would love to. I would also love to work with, I think his name's David McDermott or something. Hold on.
I want to work with Walt Disney one day.
We will.
Oh, no. Tom Pugsley. Sorry, he's the one who did a lot of classic series of Ben 10, and he was brought back to write. And then there was Ben, because he
Ooh.
wrote the original episode. So it's like it's kind of interesting. He got to repurpose his script, almost a decade later.
Wow.
That's awesome. That
So-
explains why that episode was so good.
So that explains why the episode had a weird reference, where it was Cannonbolt who did it, and not the satellite that crashed in front of Ben. It's all Cannonbolt.
Yeah, it's
That was pretty interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
his writing style. I don't know. It's just something about the dialogue he chooses. If you like compare the way characters talk in his episodes compared to like, say Charlotte Fullerton, they have two completely different writing styles, and I kind of favor more towards him. So I would love to work with him one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Boy asks, what's your favorite sitcom?
Ooh,
Drake and Josh.
Scrubs comes to mind.
I like How I Met Your Mother. Like, that's actually one of my favorites.
How I Met Your Mother, I could agree with. I feel like there's an obvious answer for me that I'm not thinking of.
Seinfeld.
It's Hannah
Carly.
Montana. Hey, no, it's Hannah Montana.
Seinfeld.
All right, I got time for two more questions.
Alright.
Exactly two.
Exactly.
First human character on Ben 10.
What?
We already did that one.
Yeah.
Oh, oof. Where do you imagine yourself in 10 years?
Hopefully working on a television show, whatever it be, character designer, writer, anything, voice actor. I would love to voice act too, honestly. Something in the industry, perhaps even, I don't know if I'd be more comfortable doing movies or not, but in 10 years I see myself doing what I'm doing now, but on a more professional level.
KuroTheArtist, 10 years later.
Yeah. And I would have a sick ass beard.
Alright, last question, Scoob. Make it a good one.
Let me
we don't really
see.
I guess there's one that I missed, or a few,
Yeah.
but I just tried to get everybody. I tried to get
let's see.
at least one question from each person who asked. Because otherwise, it'd just be Gotham.
I like how Gutrot hasn't said a single thing this whole podcast.
Do any of you guys have questions for me?
I think-
If you guys can all come together on a question.
Okay, so Benrek.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Is
god.
that really going to be your final question?
No.
Okay.
No. I'm gonna ask you the first question that you got in questions for Ink Tank. So to look back at it, I'm gonna ignore James's question.
Aw,
Anarchy
poor James.
asked, December 7th, 2017. Which of the gimmicks were your favorite?
Ooh, that's actually really good.
Wait, December 7th, 2017?
Yeah.
You've answered this, but this is to look back on.
This is your favorite Ben 10K gimmick, or is it just gimmick or all around?
Yeah, I don't know about the Omnitrix.
Okay. Favorite series gimmick then? I don't know.
I don't know if this counts or not because it's very simple, but I like when Ben switches from alien to alien. I like when he just changes form to form. I don't like how he always has to turn human back. Sometimes even in Omniverse, he would like turn back to human and then immediately slam down and become a new alien. It's like, why not just friggin' go alien to alien? I really like when they utilize that.
Oh yeah, we were talking about this
that.
once in VC. You were saying how like there's one episode where he went from gray matter to jury rig to nanomech to blocks.
Yeah, that was sick as fuck. Why don't they do that a lot?
At least until he went.
It's just a waste of time for him
I
to
say
switch to
profanity
human.
on this podcast.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Dope. All right. Well, that's awesome.
Okay.
I appreciate you guys having me on this podcast. I would love to come back at some point in time if my schedule allows it. And I thank you for all the questions and for your time.
Okay. Just 1 sec. Give me like a 1 minute to wrap it up. Then we'll be done.
No problem.
Okay. So I guess this is the end of the podcast. My name's Ninja. I do absolutely nothing in my life. Who were you people?
I'm AJ.
I'm Runbert.
I'm Kuro.
And I'm Gutrot.
And there was James. Okay. See you guys.
What's a Gamesphere? What's a Gamesphere? What's a Gamesphere?
Only the most sophisticated gaming experience ever created by humans.